Hello, good morning students. So I have explained to you in the previous class about the phylum Platyhelminthes. Let us once again revise all the general characteristics of phylum Platyhelminthes. So habitat, I told you that they are mainly free living as well as parasitic forms. The one which are free living are found in freshwater, aquatic or terrestrial. Aquatic are found in the freshwater as well as marine water, whereas I told you about mainly the parasitic forms will be present. Okay, so most of them are parasitic forms. Body form, they are dorsoventrally flattened. Okay, they are dorsoventrally flattened. Level of organization, which level of organization. Body plan, they have blind sac body plan, very important. Okay, they have a blind sac body plan. Though they are triploblastic, as we are going to see, so they are having a blind sac body plan. Symmetry, bilaterally symmetrical. They are bilaterally symmetrical. Coelom, acoelomates. They are acoelomates. This all in the previous class I have explained to you. Okay, I am just revising so that you can understand and you can write in such manner. Okay, you have to just write down the characteristics. Next, germinal layers, they are triploblastic. Segmentation. Okay, in few Platyhelminthes there is a pseudo segmentation. They are not segmented at all. First type of segmentation is seen. Next, coming to the cephalization. Cephalization andra, I told you also, they will mainly forward their mainly the head in front, and it is seen for the first time in the Platyhelminthes. So cephalization is seen in Platyhelminthes, and I told you anterior part consisting of sensory and nervous system, so nervous tissue. Skeleton is absent, but the body is covered by cuticle. Okay, the body is covered by cuticle, and in the skeleton I have told you that mainly they may have a hooks and suckers for the attachment in the parasitic forms. Now coming to the appendages, I told you mainly that, here I have told you about the cuticle, right? Here they have a, in the skeleton they have a cuticles, and in appendages, there is no any specialized appendages are there. Hooks and suckers are mainly present for the attachment. Okay, hooks and suckers are there for the attachment purpose. Skeleton again, body is soft. It is not having absence of skeleton. Body is covered by cuticle in parasitic forms. That is enough. Okay, next, body wall. Body wall again outer epidermis, and beneath there is muscular layer. And all the three types of the muscles are there: circular muscles, oblique muscles, and longitudinal muscles. Next, coming to the digestion, they have incomplete digestive tract, and even there is an absence of digestive tract in mainly the parasitic form like tapeworm. Next, respiration. Respiration is mainly through the body surface only, by diffusion, and in parasitic forms it is anaerobic type of respiration, and in free living forms it is aerobic type of respiration. Excretion, very important. What type of cells are there? Flame cells for both excretion as well as osmoregulation. They are amniotic. Okay, majorly they are amniotic. Next, sensation and nervous system. Okay, parasitic forms lack the sensory organs, whereas the free living forms there are certain sensory receptor cells are present for sense of touch, tactile receptors I told you, for mainly the chemoreceptors for chemical changes to analyze. So such kind of the receptors are present in the free living forms only. Right? Coming to the nervous system, they have a ladder type of nervous system which consisting of cerebral ganglia, okay, then longitudinal nerve cord and transverse commissures. Then reproduction, here both asexual and sexual type of, mainly sexual type, but asexual type of reproduction is also seen. Example, Dugacia or planaria. Dugacia or planaria, asexual type of reproduction. Asexual reproduction is seen in Dugacia, or we also call it as planaria. Planaria, okay, where there is a fission, transverse fission and also high power of regeneration is seen. So such we call it as a asexual type of reproduction. Now sexual type of reproduction, most of them are monoecious. Only a single exception I told you, blood fluke cystosoma, that is only dioecious form. most of them are monoecious. Okay, gamete formation ಆಗ್ತದೆ. Fertilization is self fertilization as well as internal fertilization and self and cross fertilization ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಇದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ development is maybe most of the time it is direct or indirect type of development. Direct ಇದ್ರೆ larval stage ಇರಂಗಿಲ್ಲ, indirect ಇದ್ರೆ larval stage ಇರ್ತದೆ. Indirect type of mainly when it is a development is there. Here in Platyhelminthes there are different types of larvae are present. Different types of the larvae are present in the there is no any particular larva name. There are different stages of larval stages will come. When I will explain you about the extra points that there you will come to know. Examples NCERT ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೋಬೇಕಂತ ಹೇಳಿದೀನಿ, and you have to remember about mainly the examples compulsory scientific name and common name ಏನಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ ಅದನ್ನು ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. Because in examination you will be given a common name and they will tell you to write the scientific name. So Taenia solium in NCERT only given Taenia I suppose. So it is called as a commonly we call it as a tapeworm. Fasciola hepatica commonly we call it as liver fluke. Okay, as it is a scientific name. Okay, F should be capital. Okay, it is a genus in the species name. S should be smaller and you have to underline it. So Fasciola hepatica commonly we call it as liver fluke. So these are the general characteristics of phylum Platyhelminthes. Now let me explain about some extra points which are required to solve the competitive examination. Even the notes what we have provided to you, it will be having all these points. So in short I will explain to you so that it will be easy for you to solve any kind of question if it appears. Let me explain about the extra points for competitive examination purpose. So phylum Platyhelminthes, see once again I am telling you whatever the extra points I am telling, that will be for competitive examination to solve. Either a NEET exam or KVPY exam, extra ನೀವು ಯಾವುದೇ ಥರದ್ದು ಒಲಿಂಪಿಯಾಡ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ನೀವು ಕೊಡ್ತೀರಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಈ ಥರ ಯಾವ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಈಸಿಯಾಗಿ ನಾವು ಎಲ್ಲ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್ ಕವರ್ ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ ಈಸಿ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ನಿಮಗೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಮಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಶೋ ಯು ಲೆಟರ್ ಆನ್. Okay, we'll be having and we will solve today few objective questions also. So you will have an idea why we are telling so many extra points. Now phylum Platyhelminthes consisting of 3 classes. Class name ನಿಮಗೆ ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿಕ್ಕೂ ನಡೀತದೆ, ಬಟ್ ಅದರದ್ದು ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ಸ್ ಏನು ಹೇಳಿಗತ್ತೀನಿ ಅದು ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. So there are 3 classes are there. So first one class Turbellaria. I have already told you that mainly the platyhelminths are found in both, they are terrestrial as well as aquatic, free living forms as well as parasitic forms. Turbellaria class ಒಳಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲಾನು free living forms ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತವೆ. All are free living forms which are found in Turbellaria. Okay, they are either aquatic, terrestrial ಎಲ್ಲ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತವೆ. ನಾವು ಇದರೊಳಗೆ ಒಂದು ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಹೇಳಿಕತ್ತೀನಿ, ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಡುಗೇಶಿಯಾ. Okay, example Dugacia, or we commonly call it as Planaria. Already we have used this. I have told you mainly the regeneration is present over here. So Planaria or Dugacia will come under Turbellaria. It is a freshwater form. Okay, the freshwater ಒಳಗೆ ಇರ್ತದೆ Dugacia. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಕಾನ್ವೊಲ್ಯೂಟಾ ಏನಿರ್ತದೆ ಅದು ಮರೈನ್ ವಾಟರ್ ನಾಗ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಜಸ್ಟ್ ನಿಮಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಹೆಸರು. ಬಿಟಾಲಿಯಂ ಏನಿರ್ತದೆ ಅದು ಟೆರೆಸ್ಟ್ರಿಯಲ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇದರೊಳಗೆ ಇರುವಂತ ಇದ್ರ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಅನಿಮಲ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತಾವ. ಬಟ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಗಿವಿಂಗ್ ಯು 3 ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ಸ್. ಓನ್ಲಿ ಒನ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ರೈಟಿಂಗ್ ಆನ್ ದ ಬೋರ್ಡ್. ಇದು ಒಂದು ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಸಾಕು. Dugacia or Planaria. What is important for this? High power of regeneration. ಇಲ್ಲೇನಿರ್ತದೆ? High power of regeneration is seen. Okay, the important point for this. And common name ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. Next class ಏನದ? Class Trematoda. Okay, class Trematoda. In this all flukes comes. Okay, liver fluke ನೀವು ಕಲ್ತಿರಬೇಕು. So all types of the flukes that mainly come under this, these are also parasitic forms. ಇದು parasitic forms ಇರ್ತಾವ, but here the body is mainly little difference is there between the class Trematoda and ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಏನು ಹೇಳಕ್ಕಿದ್ದೀನಿ Cystoda ಅಂತ ಇರ್ತದೆ ಅದು. So class Trematoda example I'm going to explain about it. So already I have told you fasciola hepatica. Fasciola hepatica. Fasciola hepatica commonly ಏನಂತ ಕರೀತೀವಿ liver fluke. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು fasciola busci ಅಂತ ಬರ್ತದೆ. That infects the parasitic form of a human being. This is the parasitic form in ship and the cat flu. Okay, usually ships ಒಳಗೆ we will find this type of the liver fluke, which is a parasitic form. So fasciola hepatica. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು example fasciola busci. Fasciola busci, which infects the human being ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದೀನಿ. Okay, infect the human beings, right? Now coming to this, first of all, fasciola hepatica, let me explain about this. What we call commonly as liver fluke. ಇದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಏನನ್ನ ಬಿಟ್ಕೋಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ it is a hermaphrodite. Okay, just I am talking about the fasciola hepatica first. It is a hermaphrodite. Hermaphrodite ಅಂದ್ರೆ both the sex organs are present in the same animal. Both the sex organs are present in same animal, then we call it as a hermaphrodite. This is a fasciola hepatica life cycle. I want to tell you in short because you will be asked the questions in competitive examination on this. Fasciola hepatica or a liver fluke, okay, it completes its life cycle. It requires two hosts. It requires two hosts to complete its life cycle. Two hosts to complete its life cycle. So, ಎರಡು ಥರದ host ಇರ್ತಾವೆ. One is called as primary host. Primary host. And another one is called as secondary host. ಅಥವಾ ನಾವು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ secondary host or we also call it as intermediate host. ಇದಕ್ಕೆನೆ intermediate host ಅಂತಲೂ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. So what I told you, liver fluke completes its life cycle. It requires two hosts to complete. ಆ ಥರ ಲೈಫ್ ಸೈಕಲ್ಗೆ ಡೈಜೆನೆಟಿಕ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಸೈಕಲ್ ಅಂತಾರೆ. ಡೈಜೆನೆಟಿಕ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಡೈ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಟು. ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಪಾರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ನಾವು ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ ಇದನ್ನ ನೀವು ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಇಯರ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ ಹೆಲ್ತ್ ಡಿಸೀಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕಲಿತೀರಿ. ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಇಯರ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಇನ್ಫೆಕ್ಟೆಡ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮೇನ್ಲಿ ದ ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ ಡಿಸೀಸಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ಇದೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ವೈರಲ್ ಡಿಸೀಸಸ್, ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ಡಿಸೀಸಸ್, ನೆಮ್ಯಾಟೋಡ್ ಡಿಸೀಸಸ್ ಆರ್ ಹೆಲ್ಮಿಂತ್ ಡಿಸೀಸಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಅದ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಡೈಜೆನೆಟಿಕ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ಟು ಮೇನ್ಲಿ it requires two hosts to complete. Di andre two. Okay, so primary host usually ಏನಿರ್ತದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ there will be whatever the parasitic form, adult parasitic form is seen. ಯಾರಿಗೆ primary host ಇರ್ತದೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ adult parasite reside ಆಗಿರ್ತದೆ. Okay, it resides. And there will be sexual type of reproduction is seen most of the times in the primary host. And it will be reside for long period of time. ಎಲ್ಲಿ primary host ಇರ್ತದಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲಿ the period ಇರ್ತದೆ because it is an adult form. It will be residing for long period of time in the host body. Okay, secondary host ಏನಿರ್ತದೆ there it will be a larval forms ಏನಿರ್ತಾವೆ ಇದರದು usually ಆಗಿರ್ತದೆ, adult form ಇರಂಗಿಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. And larval forms will be present. It will be present in the host body for short period of time. Okay, very short period of time. ಇಲ್ಲಿ long period of time reside ಆಗಿರ್ತಾವ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ short period of time reside ಆಗಿರ್ತಾವ, and most of the time there will be asexual type of reproduction is seen. Okay, so primary host ಮತ್ತೆ secondary host ಒಳಗೆ difference ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಿ, right? So liver fluke completes its life cycle. It requires two hosts, primary host and secondary host. So ಯಾರು primary host? Primary host for liver fluke. Primary host for liver fluke. Let me explain now the life cycle of liver fluke in very short. Primary host is sheep and the goat. Secondary host is snail, freshwater snail. Okay, this adult liver fluke because it is a primary host, right? So adult liver fluke is present in liver of sheep and the goat. Liver of sheep and the goat, and it damages. It will feed on the tissues of the liver, blood, lymph. Alle liver ಒಳಗೆ sheep liver ಒಳಗಿಂದ tissue, ಅದರೊಳಗಿಂದ blood, lymph ಅದರ ಮೇಲೆ feed ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತದೆ. So liver fluke is a hermaphrodite. Okay, though it is a hermaphrodite, one animal alli many liver fluke will be residing. That's why it causes damage to the liver, and the disease caused by this liver fluke is called as liver rot. ಏನಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ? Liver rot ಅಥವಾ liver cirrhosis, or we also call it as liver cirrhosis. Okay, the disease caused by mainly the liver fluke is called liver rot or liver cirrhosis. So the liver ಒಳಗೆ ಡಿಸೈಡ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, it will damage the tissue of the liver. Now what happens is mainly here the cross fertilization takes place, though it is a hermaphrodite animal. So ನಿನ್ನೆ ನಾನು ನಿಮಗೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಪ್ರೀವಿಯಸ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಒಳಗೆ what is cross fertilization. There will be two, mainly the liver flukes will be there, but though it is a hermaphrodite, illene transfer of fertilization will not take place in the same animal. Here another liver fluke will be there, so there will be transfer of spermatozoa in the another liver fluke. So ಈ ತರ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನು ಕರೀತಾರೆ? Cross fertilization ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ, right? So cross fertilization takes place and there will be release of mainly the egg. These eggs gets capsulated. ಇದರ ಮೇಲ್ಗಡೆ capsule formation ಆಗ್ತದೆ. Okay, ಇದು egg ಇದರ ಮೇಲ್ಗಡೆ tough covering, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ capsule ಅಂತಾರೆ. Such a capsulated eggs will be released along with the fecal matter of the ship. So along with fecal matter of ship, okay, the eggs will be released. Egg release agirta. Okay, this capsulated eggs will be released. Then what happens is, as these capsulated eggs are released over here, okay, this egg will transfer. Inside the egg there will be a transformation into, because it is a fertilized egg, right? It will transform into a larva. This larva is called Miracidium larva. Okay, it will take up this capsule will get dissolved in the water. In the soil again, because you all are knowing these are grazing animals, they will move into this mainly where the grass is, the wet grass and all, and due to the soil and the wet water in the grass, this capsule get dissolved of this eggs and the larva will be released. And this larva is called as Miracidium larva. ನಿಮಗೆ ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಟುಕೊಳ್ಳೋದಂದ್ರೆ ಈ larva names ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಟುಕೋಬೇಕು. Okay, which larva is released? Miracidium larva. Capsulated eggs in the ಯಾವ larva form ಆಗ್ತದೆ? Miracidium. The further develop, it will not feed on anything. ಈ larva ಎದರ ಮೇಲೂ feed ಆಗಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. That's why there will not be further development of this larva. So this larva hence enters into it requires the next host to complete its life cycle. So this Miracidium larva enter into the secondary host body, that is snail. Okay, so yellow is the Miracidium larva because it gets attached to Miracidium larva edake attached agirtade? Grass ige attached agirtade. Snail will be present there itself near the water body and the soil, and so it will take up this, particularly the Miracidium larva. Once this Miracidium larva enter, andre illinda secondary host start aayta. This is the secondary host body. Artha aayta? Then it enters into the snail's body. Snail body ಒಳಗಡೆ Miracidium larva enter ಆದಮೇಲೆ it will form into sporocyst. Okay, sporocyst. Miracidium larva turns into sporocyst in the digestive tract of the snail. This sporocyst will form into radial larva. Radial larva. ಕೆದಗಳ form transform ಆಗ್ತದೆ? Radial. There are many are there, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ radial. Singular ಅಂದ್ರೆ radia. So radial larva. Okay. This radial larva, inside the body of the radial larva, there will be formation of cercaria. Cercaria larva. Cercaria I am writing because all this radial larva will be having cercaria. So this cercaria larva will not further develop, okay, into the snail's body. So snail body ಒಳಗೆ secondary host body ಒಳಗೆ Miracidium is transformed into sporocyst. Sporocyst is transformed into radiae. Radiae is transformed into cercaria. Cercaria is transformed will be along with the fecal matter of snail. It will be released. Fecal matter of the snail, it is released into the soil, and it gets attached to the cercaria. Okay, after entering over here onto along with the fecal matter, it will transform into metacercaria. It will transform into metacercariae. ಈಗ ಮೆಟಾಸರ್ಕೇರಿಯಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ಈ ಸರ್ಕೇರಿಯಾ ಲಾರ್ವಾ ಮೇಲೆ ಒಂದು ಕ್ಯಾಪ್ಸೂಲ್ ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಮೆಟಾಸರ್ಕೇರಿಯಾ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. So this metacercaria will get attached to this grass or a vegetation. Vegetation get attached ಆಗ್ತದೆ. And who graze this? Who will eat this? Sheep and the goat. So this metacercaria will enter into the sheep and the goat and transform into adult liver fluke. And transform into adult liver fluke and reside into the liver of mainly the sheep and the goat. So ಇನ್ನೊಂದ್ಸತಿ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ನೋಡಿ. Life cycle of mainly the liver fluke requires 2 hosts to complete. Here 2 hosts ಇರ್ತವೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ digenetic life cycle ಅಂತ ಕರೀತೀವಿ. Primary host here is sheep or the goat. Secondary host is freshwater snail. So adult liver fluke will be present in the liver of the sheep. Then the sexual reproduction occurs over there and the eggs will be released. This fertilized egg will be capsulated. And along with the fecal matter of the sheep, it will be released into the soil. Okay, soil athwa mainly soil ಒಳಗೆ water ಒಳಗೆ release ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. During that period, this capsulated egg will transform into which larva? Miracidium larva. It will not feed on anything. ಇದು ಎದರೊಳಗೆ ಇರ್ತದೆ? ಇಲ್ಲಿ soil ಒಳಗೆ ಇರ್ತದೆ. Miracidium larva will be present in the soil and the mainly the grass vegetation attached ಇರ್ತದೆ. Snail, when it will take up this, it will enter into ಎದರೊಳಗೆ ಎಂಟರ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ? ಸ್ನೇಲ್ಸ್ ಬಾಡಿ ಒಳಗೆ ಎಂಟರ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಯಾವ ಲಾರ್ವಾ ಎಂಟರ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ? ಮಿರಾಸಿಡಿಯಂ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಫರ್ದರ್ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಮಿರಾಸಿಡಿಯಂ will not take place outside. It requires the secondary host to complete its life cycle. ಸ್ನೇಲ್ ಬಾಡಿ ಒಳಗೆ ಹೋದ ತಕ್ಷಣ it will transform into sporocyst. Sporocyst will transform into radial larva. Radial larva ಬಾಡಿ ಒಳಗನೆ ಸರ್ಕೇರಿಯಾ ಲಾರ್ವಾ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. So along with the fecal matter of the snail, the cercaria larva will be released out in the soil. There it forms a capsule over it. It is called metacercaria. This metacercaria get attached to the grass. And when the sheep and the goat eat up this grass, it will enter into the sheep's body. And it will transform into adult liver fluke. So this is how the life cycle is mainly completed in the liver fluke. ಇದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಯಾಕೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, you will be given in some competitive question, you have to find out the correct sequence of larval stages. Correct sequence of larval stages. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಇದನ್ನ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ನೋಡ್ರಿ? ಮಿರಾಸಿಡಿಯಂ, ಸ್ಪೋರೋಸಿಸ್ಟ್, ರೇಡಿಯೇ, ಸರ್ಕೇರಿಯೇ, ಮೆಟಾಸರ್ಕೇರಿಯಾ. ಇದನ್ನ ನೀವು ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ನಿಮಗೆ ಜಂಬಲ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ಅದನ್ನ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಬೇಕು. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಇದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಿ. And even it is given in your notebook. What we have provided to you, college notes. So this is the material what is we have provided to you all. Okay, and in this material we can see that all the life cycles and everything is given on this page, right? Though it is given in a bracket, it is for competitive examination purpose. And you can even see, okay, can you see this on? I think by the time you must have collected these notes, you can also see this page. And even at the back, you can find some exercises which is given. So to solve this exercise questions, you require this all knowledge. That's why I am explaining everything here in detail, so that it will be easiest for you to solve any type of the competitive questions. Okay, so now class trematode, I have explained to you about the Fasciola hepatica, that is liver fluke. Another example also I have written, Fasciola busci, which is infecting to the human being. Okay, sheep and goat ಗೆ liver ಒಳಗೆ ಇರ್ತದೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ liver fluke ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು example, cystosoma. It is commonly called as blood fluke. So all flukes will come under this trematode ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದೀನಿ. Another example is cystosoma. It is called as blood fluke. ಇದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದಂದ್ರೆ it is a dioecious form. Okay, it is a dioecious form. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ sexes separate ಇರ್ತಾವ. Okay, both the sexes are separate. ಇದು ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. And male is fat and female is very long, longer than the male. And male possesses one gynecophoric canal. Male have a canal and in that the female resides. ಇದರೊಳಗೆ ಕಾಯಿಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಫೀಮೇಲ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ ಒಳಗಡೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಬೋತ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಡಯೋಶಿಯಸ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್. ಸೆಕ್ಸಸ್ ಆರ್ ಸೆಪರೇಟ್. ಇದ್ರ ಸೆಕ್ಸ್ ಸೆಪರೇಟ್ ಇರ್ತಾವ, ಮೇಲ್ ಸೆಪರೇಟ್ ಇರ್ತದ, ಫಿಮೇಲ್ ಸೆಪರೇಟ್ ಇರ್ತದ. ಬಟ್ ಫಿಮೇಲ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಗೈನಕೋಫೋರಿಕ್ ಕೆನಾಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೇಲ್. ಗೈನಕೋಫೋರಿಕ್ ಕೆನಾಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೇಲ್. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಸೊ ನಾವು ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಸ್ಟೆಮಾಟೋಡಾ ಒಳಗ 3 ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ಸ್ ನೋಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಒಂದು ಫ್ಯಾಸಿಯೋಲಾ ಹಿಪ್ಯಾಟಿಕಾ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಸಿಸ್ಟೋಸೋಮಾ, ಅಂಡ್ ಥರ್ಡ್ ಒನ್ ಇಸ್ ಮೇನ್ಲಿ ಫ್ಯಾಸಿಯೋಲಾ ಬಸ್ಕಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ರೈಟ್? Now coming to the last class, that is class Cystoda. Okay, let me explain about class Cystoda. Difference ಏನಂದ್ರೆ class Cystoda ಒಳಗೆ body is covered by cuticle. ಇಲ್ಲಿ tegument ಅಂತ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಬಾಡಿ ಇದು ಟಫ್ ಕವರಿಂಗ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ, that is of tegument, whereas here it is a cuticle covering ಇರ್ತದೆ. Class Cystoda consisting of all the tapeworms, types of tapeworms. Okay, now we are going to study about mainly Taenia solium. We are going to study about Taenia solium. Let me first explain to you about this. Commonly we call it as tapeworm. Commonly we call it as tapeworm. Taenia solium, okay, I already told you that it is mainly solitary. One single irthude. Nenapirbeku nimga in bridge course class I have explained to you. It is a single one. It is also a hermaphrodite. It is also a hermaphrodite form. It is very meters together long. Okay, it completes its life cycle. It also requires 2 hosts to complete. Andre the life cycle engirtade digenetic type of life cycle. Primary host is man. Illi primary host is man. Primary host irtade man irtade, and it is in the intestine of the man you will find the tapeworm. Okay, secondary host pig. Okay, which is a coprozoic. Pig is a coprozoic. So secondary host is pig. So adult form is present in the primary host, that is man. So let us just understand the life cycle in very short manner, right? So before that we should also understand how the tapeworm looks. So tapeworm diagram is also given. NCERT ಒಳಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮ್ಸ್ ಈ ಲೆಸನ್ ಒಳಗೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಡ್ರಾ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಳಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. But these diagrams will be given in competitive examinations to identify. ಆ ಪಿಕ್ಚರ್ಸ್ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ನೀವು NCERT ಬುಕ್ ಓದಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಅದರದ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ಸ್ ಏನಿರ್ತಾವ ಅದರ ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಅನ್ನ ನೋಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ಓಕೆ, ಇಮೇಜಸ್ ಏನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮ್ಗಿಂತ ಇಮೇಜ್ ಅಂತ ಕೊಡ್ರಿ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಮೇಜಸ್ ಯು ಮಸ್ಟ್ ಸಿ. Now let us see about this Taenia solium. You can also see that there is a pseudo segmentation is there. Now this will be having a head. ನಾನು ಬ್ರಾಡ್ ತೋರಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಹೆಂಗಿರ್ತದೆ Taenia solium, ಇದರ ಹೆಡ್ ಇಷ್ಟ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಿರ್ತದೆ. ಈಗ ಪ್ರೊಟ್ರೂಡಿಂಗ್ ಹೆಡ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ, ಸೆಪಲೈಸೇಷನ್. ಇದು ನೆಕ್ ರೀಜನ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರೊಗ್ಲಾಟಿಡ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತವೆ. These are called as proglottids, and it is very long. ಬಹಳ meters together ಇರ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. It is meters together, right? Now I am just elaborating this part. Head region ಅನ್ನ elaborate ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. Okay, there are suckers and the hooks. ಈ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಗೆ rostellum ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. ಈ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಗೆ ಏನಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ? rostellum. This part of this is called as rostellum. It is all given in your notes. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎರಡು layers of hooks ಇರ್ತಾವೆ. rostellum ಗೆ ಎರಡು ring circlets of hooks. These hooks are helpful in attachment purpose. Okay, attachment. ಇಲ್ಲಿ 4 suckers ಇರ್ತವೆ. On the ventral side, on the dorsal side, and 2 on the lateral sides. Okay, there are suckers are present. ಇದು neck region ಆಯ್ತು, ಇದು proglottids ಆಯ್ತು. Okay, these suckers, though these suckers are present, that will not help in sucking the food. ಅದು food suck ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ help ಮಾಡಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. This will help in attachment. So these hooks and suckers will help in what? Attachment purpose. Host body attachment ಗೆ help ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. So and mainly this particular animal will be present where? In the intestine of a man. Okay. Another important thing, whatever this proglottid and 3 body ಇರ್ತದೆ, ಇದು neck region ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರಿ, these are called as the proglottids. So the body is divisible into head, neck and proglottids. Proglottids. These are not called to be true segments. Very important. Now these proglottids are divided into three. ಮೂರು ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಇರ್ತವೆ. ಇದು anterior proglottids ಇರ್ತಾವೆ. These are called as immature proglottids. Anterior proglottids ಏನಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ? Immature proglottids. ಮಿಡಲ್ ಏನಿರ್ತಾವಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಮ್ಯಾಚುವರ್ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ಲಾಟಿಡ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. ಸಿ ದೇರ್ ಆರ್ 200s ಟುಗೆದರ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿ 200 ಇರ್ತಾವೆ ಇಮ್ಯಾಚುವರ್ ಒಳಗೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ 250 ಆನರ್ಸ್ ಅರೌಂಡ್ 6 ಟೋಟಲಿ 1000 ಪ್ರೋಗ್ಲಾಟಿಡ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತಾವೆ ವಿಚ್ ಆರ್ ಡಿವೈಡೆಡ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದಿಸ್. ಸೊ ಫಸ್ಟ್ 200 ಆರ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ immature, middle are called as mature and last are called as gravid proglottids. In the last big irtava, these are called as gravid proglottids. Gravid. Immature proglottids ಒಳಗೆ ಯಾವುದು ಸೆಕ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ಗನ್ ಇರಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಓಕೆ, there are immature sex organs ಇರಂಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ immature proglottids ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. Mature proglottid ಒಳಗಡೆ mainly the male sex organ, male and the female both sex organs will be present. Okay, male and the female both sex organs will be present in the ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ sex organs develop ಆಗಿರ್ತವೆ mature proglottid ಒಳಗೆ. Another important thing, self fertilization ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, because ಇದು ಒಂದು ಇದರೊಳಗಡೆ ಟೆಕ್ವಾಮ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಫರ್ಟಿಲೈಸೇಷನ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಅಂತಾರ. ಬಟ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಟೂ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ಲಾಟಿಡ್ಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಆಕರ್, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಗ್ಯಾಮೆಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ತದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಗ್ಯಾಮೆಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗ್ತದೆ. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಟೈಪ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಫರ್ಟಿಲೈಸೇಷನ್ ಆಕರ್. ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ ಬೋತ್ ಮೇಲ್ ಅಂಡ್ ದ ಫೀಮೇಲ್ ಸೆಕ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ಗನ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್. In the last proglottids, only the uterus part of the female reproductive system is present and it will store all the fertilized egg. In gravid proglottid ಒಳಗಡೆ fertilized egg store ಆಗಿರ್ತವೆ. So as mainly the adult being is mainly present in the intestine of a man, along with the fecal matter, this gravid proglottid get break off and it is released along with the fecal matter of the man. Okay. This gravid proglottid consisting of what? Fertilized eggs. Very important. Okay. And these eggs, this particularly breaking of this proglottids is called apolysis. Breaking of the proglottid is called as apolysis. As these proglottids are along with the fecal matter, when they are, see, when the sanitary proper system is not present, then that time, that's why if the hygiene is not maintained, then there will be a spread of such kind of the diseases will occur. So now here, as these proglottids get mainly break off, in the soil there will be capsulated eggs. Okay, the egg ಮೇಲ್ಗಡೆ capsule formation ಆಗಿರ್ತದೆ. And this capsulated eggs, okay, after coming into the soil will form into the first larva stage. Okay, so this capsulated eggs will consisting of a larva, and this larva is called as hexacanth larva. ಈ ಕ್ಯಾಪ್ಸುಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಎಗ್ಸ್ ಗೆ ಆಂಕೋಸ್ಫಿಯರ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. ಕ್ಯಾಪ್ಸುಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಎಗ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಆಂಕೋಸ್ಫಿಯರ್ಸ್. ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಓಕೆ, ಅಂಡ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ನೋಯಿಂಗ್ this pig is a coprozoic which feed on the fecal matter, so that's why this oncospheres enter into the pig's body. ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಈಗ adult tinea will be present in the intestine of a man. Along with the fecal matter, capsulated eggs will be, means apolysis will occur and this gravid proglottids will be released. This fertilized eggs will be form a capsule around it, and during that time it will transform into a larva called hexacanth larva. Hexacanth larva. Okay, hexacanth ಯಾಕಂತಾರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ morula stage ಒಳಗೆ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ 3 pairs of mainly the three pairs will be present, hence it is called as a hexacanth larva. And this larva, okay, will be present in the capsulated eggs. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ? ಆಂಕೋಸ್ಫಿಯರ್. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇದರ ಒಳಗೆ ಇರುವಂತ ಲಾರ್ವಾ ಯಾವುದು? ಹೆಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಯಾಂತ್. ಆಂಕೋಸ್ಫಿಯರ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಇರುವಂತ ಲಾರ್ವಾ ಯಾವುದು? ಹೆಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಯಾಂತ್. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? So this oncosphere further development will not occur outside. It is taken up by whom? Pig. So I will just show you how the life cycle occurs in the pig body. When it enters into the pig's body, okay, oncosphere when it enters into the pig's body, what will happen is this capsule get digested. The capsule digestion agutade and hexacanth larva gets set free and it will move into the muscles of the pig. This hexacanth larva will move to the muscles of the pigs. Hexacanth larva free agutade. Okay, it will reside into the muscles of the pig. Then it forms a cyst around it. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ಹೆಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಯಾಂತ್ ಲಾರ್ವಾ ಮೇಲ್ಗಡೆ ಏನ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಯ್ತು, ಒಂದು ಕ್ಯಾಪ್ಸೂಲ್ ಅಗೇನ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಯ್ತು. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಹೆಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಯಾಂತ್ ಲಾರ್ವಾ. ಇದು ಹೆಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಯಾಂತ್ ಲಾರ್ವಾ ಮೇಲ್ಗಡೆ ಕ್ಯಾಪ್ಸೂಲ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಯ್ತು. ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಿಸರ್ಕಸ್ ಲಾರ್ವಾ. ಸಿಸ್ಟಿಸರ್ಕಸ್ ಲಾರ್ವಾ. ಸಿಸ್ಟ್ ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದಕ್ಕೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಿಸ್ಟಿಸರ್ಕಸ್ ಲಾರ್ವಾ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. ಅಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ರಿಮೇನ್ ಫಾರ್ 6 months in viable condition into the pig's body. ಅರ್ಥಾಯ್ತಲ್ಲ? ಈ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಅದು 6 months ತನಕನೂ ವಯಬಲ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ವಯಬಲ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಲೈವ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಇಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಕಾಸ್ ದ ಡಿಸೀಸ್ ಇಫ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಇಂಜೆಸ್ಟೆಡ್. ಈಗ ಏನೇನಂತ ಹೇಳಿದೆ, ಮೇನ್ಲಿ ದ ಟೀನಿಯಾ ಸೋಲಿಯಂ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ಸ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಸೈಕಲ್ ಇನ್ 2 hosts. Primary host is man, secondary host is mainly the pig. Just I have told you the body of the tinea ಯಾವ ತರ ಇರ್ತದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ head ಅಥವಾ scolex ಅಂತನೂ ಕರೀತಾರೆ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ. Head or it is also called as scolex, neck region and proglottids. Head mainly consisting of hooks and the suckers, and proglottids are of 3 types: immature, mature and gravid. Immature ಒಳಗೆ ಸೆಕ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ಗನ್ಸ್ ಇರಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಮ್ಯಾಚೂರ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಮೇಲ್ ಅಂಡ್ ದ ಫೀಮೇಲ್ ಸೆಕ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ಗನ್ ಇರ್ತಾವ. ಗ್ರಾವಿಡ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ mainly the fertilized eggs get stored. This adult tinea is present in the intestine of a man along with the fecal matter. This mainly the gravid proglottids will be shed off. This consisting of fertilized eggs which are get capsulated. ಅದರ ಮೇಲ್ಗಡೆ ಕ್ಯಾಪ್ಸೂಲ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಈ ಕ್ಯಾಪ್ಸುಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಎಗ್ಸ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಲಾರ್ವಾ ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಫರ್ಟಿಲೈಸ್ಡ್ ಎಗ್ ವಿಲ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಇಂಟು ಲಾರ್ವಾ. ಓಕೆ, ಈ ಲಾರ್ವಾಗೆ ಏನಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹೆಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಯಾಂತ್ ಲಾರ್ವಾ. ಸೊ ದ mainly the hexacanth larva with this capsule is called oncosphere. Further development of this oncosphere will not occur outside, right? It has to be taken up by the secondary host. So which is the secondary host over here is pig. When it enters into the pig's body, there the digestive enzymes will digest this capsule, and this hexacanth larva gets set free in the pig's body. Pig's body ಒಳಗೆ hexacanth larva set free ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಫ್ರೀ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಅದು ಮಸಲ್ಸ್, ಪಿಗ್ ಮಸಲ್ಸ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಸೆಟಲ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. There it again forms a cyst around it. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ? ಸಿಸ್ಟಿಸರ್ಕಸ್ larva. Okay, here it will not further develop. So along with the fecal matter, it will be present in the muscles of the pig itself. So if the person eat, and a man if eats the undercooked pig, ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಸೆಟ್ಲ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಇದು ಮಸಲ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಪಿಗ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಸಿಸ್ಟಿಸರ್ಕಸ್ larva ಸೆಟ್ಲ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. And if this undercooked pig is eaten by the man, then the infection means this cysticercus will develop into adult tinea in man. And the disease caused by mainly the adult tinea is called teniasis. It is called as teniasis. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? Adult tinea causes the disease called teniasis, and even cysticercosis ಅಂತನೂ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. And it is also called as cysticercosis. The disease which is caused by cysticercus larva is called cysticercosis. So this is the life cycle of tinea, right? So I have explained to you about mainly the extra points, at least liver fluke in short and tinea solium in short. You must revise it little life cycles because few questions have been given at the last. So that I will discuss first objective questions today, and then I will give you the assignment. See, now let us I'll explain to you about the objective questions. Let us solve some objective questions and you will have an idea why I have explained to you extra points and what type of the questions will be asked. So objective question you can see here, which of the following possesses highest regeneration capacity? Okay, which of the following possesses highest regeneration capacity? First option is given as Fasciola, second tinea, third is Dugacia, and fourth is Ferretima. Ferretima ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅರ್ಥವ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ, ಅದರ ಸೈಂಟಿಫಿಕ್ ನೇಮ್ ಇನ್ನು ನಾನು ನಿಮಗೆ ಹೇಳಿಲ್ಲ, ಬಟ್ Ferretima ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅರ್ಥವ. ಸೊ ಈಗ ನೋಡ್ರಿ 4 ಆಪ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಯಾವುದು ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್? Dugacia, what we call commonly as planaria ಅಂತನೂ ಕರೀತೀವಿ. So this is the correct answer, right? Next, Cysticercus larva occurs in life history of. Cysticercus larva occurs in life history of A option roundworm, B option liver fluke, C option earthworm, D option tapeworm. What would be your answer? So you are not in front of me, but you must have understood now. What is the answer? Tapeworm, right? Next, the correct sequence of various larvae in liver fluke is, I have already explained to you the life cycle. Miracidium, Sporocyst, Cercaria, Radiea, Metacercaria. This is one option. Second option nodri Miracidium, Sporocyst, Radiea, Cercaria and Metacercaria. Third option Sporocyst, Radiea, Miracidium, Cercaria, Metacercaria. Fourth option Cercaria, Sporocyst, Radiea, Miracidium, Metacercaria. What would be your correct answer? Second option, right? Miracidium will enter into the liver fluke, snail's body, that is Sporocyst, where it transforms into Radiea. Radiea will transform into Cercaria, and Cercaria along with the fecal matter of the snail will be released and then transform into Metacercaria, right? So for that reason I have explained to you to solve some exercise. Now let me give the assignment for today's class. Today's assignment questions. Assign the following examples to their respective phylum. We already from Porifera till Platyhelminthes we have studied. So these all examples are given. First one is Taenia, B. Mendrina, C. Aurelia, D. Euspongia, Adamsia and Tinoplana. Okay, you have to assign them to the respective phylum. Question number 2, write the general characteristics of phylum Platyhelminthes. Okay, and with examples you must represent it. That's it.